Hello, my friend. Welcome to Thessaloniki, Greece's vibrant city of culture, history, perfect food, and sunsets that turn the entire sea golden. In this video, we will discover the unknowns of Thessaloniki. So, take a seat, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy the beauty of this lovely city. Let me briefly tell you how to get the city center from airport. If you are not interested in this topic, you can skip this part quickly. We preferred using public transportation to get to city center from airport. So we took the airport bus. The journey takes 50 minutes. The cost of a one-way ticket is only €2. You can buy a ticket from here or from the machines. Bus line 01X connects the airport to the heart of the city during the daytime, while the night bus 01N is available from 11:10 p.m. to 5:55 a.m. Here's our bus. Our Thessaloniki adventure begins right in the heart of the city. The famous Aristotelous Square. The magnificent symmetry and European atmosphere you see when you have your back to the sea and your face to the city are certainly no accident. After the Great Fire that devastated the city in 1917, this square was redesigned from scratch by the French architect 𝗟𝗶𝗃𝗀𝗃 as the city's window to the sea. From festivals to protests, from New Year's celebrations to daily coffee breaks, life in Thessaloniki flows right around this square. We are currently in Venizelos Park, right in the heart of the city. On one side is the thousands of years old ancient Roman Agora, and on the other, the imposing statue of Venizelos, the legendary leader of modern Greece. This is one of those rare places where the past and the present intertwine. It's not just a park, it's one of the city's liveliest meeting points. We are currently standing in front of the White Tower, Thessaloniki's most iconic structure, practically the city's signature. But don't be fooled by its elegant appearance. This place was used as a dungeon for centuries, its walls imbued with very dark stories. Built in the 15th century by the Ottomans to protect the harbor, this fortress was long known among the people as the Tower of Blood because of its executions and harsh past. So how did the Tower of Blood transform into the White Tower? Here's the interesting part. In 1890, a prisoner offered to paint the entire tower white with lime in exchange for his freedom. This offer was accepted, and from that day on, the building's bloody past was symbolically erased by painting it white. Today, the interior has been transformed into a wonderful museum telling the history of the city. And when you leave this heavy burden of history and the spiral staircase behind, a completely different reward awaits you. It is the moment. When you reach the top of the tower, Thessaloniki lies at your feet. On one side, the endless blue of the Aegean Sea. On the other, the vibrant fabric of the city. Emerging from that dark history and looking at this bright landscape is truly captivating. Church of Agia Sofia. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? You heard right. We're standing in front of the little sister of the famous Hagia Sophia in Istanbul. Built in the 8th century, this structure was modeled after the architecture of its older sister in Istanbul. In fact, according to legend, its architects were from the same school. As soon as you enter, look up, because the real treasure is hidden in that dome. These golden mosaics depicting the ascension of Jesus managed to survive to this day. Hidden under the plaster, even during the nearly 500 years it was used as a mosque. This is a structure that has fought not only against time, but also against disasters. The terrible fire that burned all of Thessaloniki in 1917 miraculously stopped when it reached the walls of this church. While half the city was destroyed, Hagia Sophia managed to survive. This weary but proud structure, which has witnessed history as both a mosque and a church and resisted fires, is one of the places where you will feel the spirituality of the city most deeply. The Rotonda, Thessaloniki's oldest and most precarious structure, greets us. Why precarious, I say? Because Emperor Galerius had it built as his tomb in the 4th century, but it was never used. Then it became a church, then a mosque when the Ottomans arrived, and now it's a museum. It's one of the rare structures in the world where Roman bricks and an Ottoman minaret are intertwined. This enormous dome, resembling the Pantheon in Rome, is a full 30 meters high. And the wall thickness is a full 6 meters. Thanks to this, it has defied earthquakes and wars and has remained standing to this day. If you ask someone in Thessaloniki, where should we meet? 90% of the time, the answer will be the Arch of Galerius. This massive 1,700-year-old triumphal arch stands on Egnatia, the city's busiest street, defying the chaos of modern life. Don't just dismiss it as a simple gate. Look at the details on the stones. These reliefs, depicting Emperor Galerius's victory against the Persians, are carved into the stone like a kind of war documentary or Instagram story of that era. Everything, from elephants to soldiers, is visible in the finest detail. I said that in Thessaloniki, you could change centuries the moment you turn your head. And here's the proof. We're in the Roman Forum, hidden in the shadow of modern apartment buildings, right in the heart of the city. In the 2nd century AD, this was a massive social center where the heart of the city beat, and politics and commerce flourished. The most amazing thing is that this enormous area was discovered purely by chance. In the 1960s, a huge courthouse was actually going to be built here, but when the excavators dug into the ground, instead of a courthouse foundation, this immense piece of history burst forth, and the construction was canceled. On one side, the thousands of years old Odeon, ancient theater. On the other, the bustling, modern city traffic. This is definitely where you feel Thessaloniki's spirit, living intertwined with history. A short break from Thessaloniki's historical landmarks. Now, we're entering Ladadika, the city's most colorful and delicious neighborhood, where people unwind and have fun. Take a look around. These charming 2-story pastel-painted buildings, in contrast to the city's gray concrete, still evoke the warmth of bygone eras. This isn't just a beautiful street, it's actually an old trading center. The name Ladadika comes from the Greek word Ladi, meaning oil. For centuries, this area served as a storage space for olive oil merchants. The old smells of oil have now been replaced by the aromas of anise and grilled meats. In the evening, Ladadika takes on its true identity, the sounds of bouzouki spilling from the taverns, laughter at the tables, and an endless energy. The cuisine of Thessaloniki is incredible. I tried so many things that I described them in detail in a separate video. That video will be released in a few days. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Welcome to the city's catwalk, Thessaloniki's most glamorous and wallet-challenging street, Tsimiski. Lined with world-famous brands and chic boutiques, this street is not just for shopping, but the heart of the city's modern life. If you want a short break from history, to browse the shop windows, or simply to people watch, this is definitely the place to go. We're quite tired from exploring the streets of Thessaloniki. Now it's time for a treat. This boat, departing from in front of the White Tower, isn't just a tourist attraction. It's actually a floating cafe. The best part is that you usually don't buy an entrance ticket. Ordering a cold coffee or drink is enough for this half-hour bay tour. As the engines start and we move away from the shore, Thessaloniki's famous amphitheater structure appears right in front of you. The White Tower, Aristotelous Square, and the Poli walls on the hill. They all seem to come together in a single frame, like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. The noise of the city gives way to the sounds of seagulls and the Aegean breeze. Especially if you happen to be there at sunset, the reddish reflection of the city in the sea is priceless. The city, which you get lost in when looking at it from land, is now experienced from the sea, from this peaceful distance, in a completely different way. Thessaloniki has countless markets, but this one is something else. We're inside the Bedesten, a 15th century Ottoman masterpiece with 6 domes. This structure served for centuries as a safe haven for the city's most valuable fabrics, jewels, and treasures. For a truly historic shopping experience, be sure to visit the area beneath these 6 domes. Kapani Market. This is Thessaloniki's oldest and most authentic open-air market. Its name comes from the word kapan, meaning a place where things are weighed. The only thing that hasn't changed for centuries is the endless energy of the vendors. If you want to taste the finest olives and cheeses of the Aegean and hear the real hustle and bustle of Thessaloniki, you absolutely must visit this vibrant scene. We left behind the traditional noise of Kapani, and with just a few steps, completely changed the atmosphere. We are in Agora Modiano, the city's first indoor market and an architectural marvel. This structure, reminiscent of the elegant arcades in Paris, was designed in 1922 by the famous architect 𝗍𝗏 Modiano. It is one of the most elegant symbols of the city's Jewish heritage. After a long restoration, it has been reborn from its ashes. It is a modern gastronomic temple designed to satisfy both your eyes and your stomach. We arrived at the spiritual heart of Thessaloniki, the home of Saint Demetrius, the city's patron saint. By chance, we stumbled upon this beautiful ceremony. This UNESCO World Heritage Site may look like a classic basilica from the outside, but its real secret lies beneath the ground. This is a legend that rose from the ashes in the Great Fire of 1917. Descending the stairs to the mysterious underground chamber called the crypt is actually the remains of an ancient Roman bath where Saint Demetrius was imprisoned and martyred. It's a breathtaking experience where you can see both Roman history and some of the finest mosaics of Byzantine art simultaneously. We are currently on one of Thessaloniki's noisiest streets, but just a few steps away, as soon as we enter through this gate, the city seems to fall silent. We are in the monastery of Saint Theodora, hidden among the buildings like a secret oasis. This place has seen fires and survived wars over the centuries, but it has never lost its characteristic of being a quiet harbor. Interestingly, it is one of the rare Christian structures in the city that remained a monastery even during the Ottoman period and was not converted into a mosque. If you want to take a breath in the heart of the city, yet far from the world, this spiritual haven awaits you. We've left the modern noise of Thessaloniki behind. Now we're heading to the city's balcony, Poli. It's literally a time capsule. Those terrible flames that engulfed the entire city in 1917 miraculously stopped at the foot of this hill and didn't spread upwards. Thanks to this, the old Ottoman houses with bay windows, the narrow streets, and the neighborhood culture have remained intact to this day. The honking horns from below are gone. Only silence and tranquility reign in the streets. However, many shops are closed and abandoned. Frankly, we didn't find much to see, but our main reason for coming here is this tavern. You can find detailed information about this tavern and other places we discovered in my Thessaloniki food and drink guide video. You can find the link to the video in the description and at the end of the video. Our Thessaloniki adventure has come to an end, but I must confess that this city is like those delicious 𝗍𝗍𝗲 that linger on your palate. No matter how much you explore, you can never get enough. From the deepest traces of history to the never-ending energy of Ladadika, from melancholic stories to the peaceful blue of the Aegean, we experienced every emotion together in this video. If you too walked those streets with me and felt the soul of Thessaloniki, don't forget to like the video and leave your favorite place in the comments below. Until our next trip with completely different stories. For now, stay on the road.